Sam wasn't just a music producer. He was a revolutionary force who changed the course of rock and roll forever. As the founder of Sun Records, Phillips had an unparalleled ability to recognize raw talent and transform it into legendary status. Without him, the world might never have heard Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, or Roy Orbison. His fearless approach to recording and his commitment to breaking barriers made him one of the most important figures in music history. Born in 1923 in Florence, Alabama, Phillips developed a love for music early on, particularly the blues and gospel sounds he heard growing up in the South. He believed that music had the power to transcend racial and social divides, and this belief would shape his career. In 1950, he opened the Memphis Recording Service, which would later become Sun Records. His goal was simple: to capture authentic, raw performances from musicians who weren't being recognized by major labels. One of his first major discoveries was Howlin' Wolf, whose deep, gravelly voice left a lasting impact on blues and rock music. But it was in 1954 that Phillips made the discovery that would change the world: Elvis Presley. A young truck driver walked into Sun Records to record a song for his mother, and Phillips instantly saw something special. He paired Presley with guitarist Scotty Moore and bassist Bill Black, and together they created a sound that blended country, blues, and rhythm and blues into what would become known as rock and roll. Songs like That's All Right and Blue Moon of Kentucky exploded onto the scene, making Presley an overnight sensation and ushering in the rock era. Phillips didn't stop with Elvis. He continued to find and develop groundbreaking artists who would define rock and country music for generations. He signed Johnny Cash, whose deep, haunting voice and storytelling style revolutionized country and rockabilly. He brought in Jerry Lee Lewis, the wild piano player whose electrifying performances on songs like Great Balls of Fire and Whole Lotta Shakin' Going On shocked audiences and set a new standard for stage presence. He also worked with Carl Perkins, whose song Blue Suede Shoes became one of the most iconic tracks in rock history. Phillips' genius wasn't just in discovering talent, it was in how he recorded it. He encouraged artists to embrace imperfections, creating a raw and unfiltered sound that felt alive. His small Memphis studio became the epicenter of a musical revolution, proving that great music didn't need expensive studios or polished perfection. It needed heart, soul, and authenticity. By the late 1950s, Phillips sold Sun Records and moved on to other business ventures. But his influence on music never faded. In 1986, he was rightfully inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as one of the genre's founding figures. His impact can still be felt today in every rock, blues, and country artist who embraces authenticity and raw emotion. Sam Phillips wasn't just a producer. He was a visionary who saw potential where others didn't. He gave a voice to artists who changed the world, proving that music could be a powerful force for cultural and social change. Without him, rock and roll as we know it might never have existed.